Hey y'all, welcome back to Spirit of the Outdoors. Bring me my ring chair helper. Me and Brody are fixing to go put a battery in this buggy. Y'all, I had somebody buy me a battery for the buggy. But we're not just gonna buy this battery, we're also gonna go ahead and get a battery for the boat too. I have a deep cycle marine battery over here. It's gonna go on my camper. And then I'm going to put a new one in my boat. So we'll be geared up. It's fishing season. I got to figure out which one of these right here fits on here. I think I'm going to need metric, ain't sure. Where is 10 millimeters? I don't know. I don't think 10 millimeters is big enough. More than that. I don't know if this stuff on this thing, everything is metric, and then you start fooling with something and it won't be. See if it's 1/2 inch. A lot of batteries, 1/2 inch is a little bit loose, but I think that's what it is. We're gonna leave these right here. So anyway, and then I gotta figure out what is holding it down. All right, so anyway, and I just got a little old ratchet. I should have got one with an extension on it. Get y'all where y'all can look at what's going on here. This stuff is corroded. And I had actually, well, that ain't won't come off. It's loose enough. May have to go get them. There. I'm gonna have to loosen that one. See, that's why I got different sockets. I done changed this end. I could unscrew that there, but I gotta get this off. So we fixing to go to town and get batteries. Brody said he was getting him a Jurassic Park toy or some description. He's conjured up. He's got a have. And I know I'm probably got my head and hands all in the old way. I had that tight, didn't I? This little old tool's came with the Polaris. Alright, we got that loose. Now I gotta see. I don't know what side that down there. See, it's gonna be different. That's why you gotta have a racket too. Every socket bolt, guarantee that down there is 10 millimeter. Yeah. I'm probably gonna need an extension to get to it. I don't know if there's one on this side or not. Ah. We got that. Okay. That's what we wanted out of there. All right, we're going to get a new one.
That was not making us run because it was dirty.
Oh, if we'd have cleaned it, it'd have worked.
Yeah.
Well, there's probably some truth to that.
But how we get it off?
Yeah, well, we're going to go get a new one where we ain't got to clean it. All right.
But why are you getting a battery out of there?
Because this don't crank. We're going to go to town and get a new one. All right, we got the old batteries. We'll have to have them for cores. And I just grabbed a battery that I had saved for a core because I'm just buying another marine battery. So we're going to go see what 2 batteries cost us today. Hang with me. Well, y'all, we got batteries for the buggy. The larger battery is a marine battery for the boat. We're gonna put this in there to run a trolling motor. So like I said, y'all, I had somebody wanted to buy the battery. I'd never do anything or say anything trying to get people to give me anything, okay? And the sun is making my screen turn around that way. We fixing to get this battery put in. But like I was saying, I never do anything to try to get y'all to give me money. Y'all, I'm not here trying to beg, and I'm just sharing real life and how things is and the struggles of life. I ain't never trying to get people to help me or send me. I don't really even like help. But however, I realize a lot of people want to support something they like, and I'm okay with that. But just know I am not in no way trying to get people to send me anything. I do this because I like it, because I enjoy it. Struggles of life are just struggles of life, and they're real. I share my struggles because I feel like that it helps other people realize that, I'm not the only one struggling. I'm not the only one that's having difficulty. This is real life that I film here. Everything's not a fantasy. Everything don't go like you want it to all the time. But God is good. Even when things come apart at the seams, I try to find the silver lining and say, hey, it's going to be all right. And it always is. I always can look back when I'm on the other side and go, well, it was tough, but I made it. So we're going to go put this in the boat. First off, we're going to put this in the buggy. So let's get this put in and quit talking. Oh, I forgot. Let me tell y'all one more thing. I don't know what happened, but let me turn the camera down. Brody forgot his candy bar. Brody wanted a candy bar and a toy, and we was in there, and y'all, I went ahead and restocked on a couple of my favorite baits. I catch a lot of fish on this blue ice, so I was down low on them. This shad pole right here, this color is smoky shad. I wear them out on that. And then when it's cloudy, overcast, sloppy days that you want a bright color, this electric chicken, I call it the electrified chicken, but it's an electric chicken. It works real good. And then this is what I like for jig heads. I've got two 1/16 ounce, just a regular old lead head. And I went ahead while I was there and got some white ones, all 1/16 ounce. If I don't use 1/16, I like 1/32. But I have been going through a lot of these. And while I was there thinking about catfishing this year, I went ahead and got me some 3-way swivels. Because I'm going to try something a tad different this year. So, we're going to experiment with these catfishing and see how they work for us. So anyway, we got some, wound up getting a battery, wound up with some fish baits. Happies, I call them, little happies. Put them over there. Let's get this battery put in. All right, first thing, we got this, oh Lord. We got this, whatever this contraption on the top is, that has got to go. That don't fit our application here. And I think I need to turn mine this one direction. Mine didn't have that handle on there, but I don't think that's a deal breaker. Yes, sir. Uh-oh. Well, let me get that all back in there where it goes. Well, it keeps popping out. This stuff, y'all, they don't nothing ever want to seem to go like it's supposed to. All right, that comes over here like that. Now we cooking for Crisco. See if we can locate somewhere. I'm gonna have to take these sunglasses off, quit looking so cool where I can see what I'm doing here. I gotta find that hole. May have to put some grease on it. All right, get this in there. in the tightening position. All right, we're getting there now. We're getting there now. Get that. Ooh, y'all, crap. Oh, nope. We're gonna have to swap these. Yep. Cause that ain't gonna reach over there, y'all. Doggone. Post is on the opposite side. Not to worry. Y'all, they're mighty proud of them batteries up there. And I didn't get the gold. It's got an extra year warranty on the Duralast gold. But I had a gold in my pickup truck. And the best battery I have got here on the property is right over here behind me, that I've been using for a marine battery in my boat to run my trolling motor and such. And it is several years old, and it is not a gold. Every gold battery I have put in my pickup has went out within 2 years. And they would replace it. I'd go get a free one, but then the second time it goes out within 2 years, you couldn't get it replaced again. The one in my pickup right now is not a good battery. I'm having to crank my pickup up every day, let it run a few minutes to make sure the cold don't deplete it. As long as I drive it every day, it's okay. But if it sits there 2 days, it's dead. So I quit wasting my. And this battery here, y'all, was almost $200. This one battery. The other one, the marine battery, was less than it. It was only like 120 something. So make it make sense. Always in the past, for me, marine batteries were way more expensive. But that is not the case anymore. All right. We may have to get a. I don't know. That goes there. This. I'm gonna have to get this pried to where it get it on there. Well, sir, give me that. Come on. You come here to me. Hey, Lord. This is just part of the struggles of daily life. You always looking around at somebody else thinking, why they got it so easy? Why does everything work for them? And usually they just struggling with the same junk you are. You just don't know about it. Everybody's just trying to make it through life, y'all. I really hate to go get a hammer and tap that down. But that's what's going to wind up happening, ain't it? I don't know why that ain't wanting to go on there. Well, that is loose. I ain't got, boy. Get down on there. I'm sure somebody's like, don't beat on that. Guess what? I already did. Be like old Clark Fulton said, I'll learn you to throw me. Well, this thing here's fixing to roll off backwards. It is steadily rolling backwards. The seat flopped up has removed it from the park position to between gears, and this won't run off. All right. All right, now let's see if this thing will crank up. Get my cool daddy shades back on. That is what I am talking about. We're good to go now. All right. I better go put Brody's candy bar in the house before I'm getting tempted to eat it. He loves just chocolate. I like Snickers and Reese's and all that. Brody, he likes just chocolate. Let me put this up. We'll go put the boat battery in and get it ready. I guess you want to ride. Oh, that's a good feeling. Get my cool daddy shades on. Fix my bang bang. Oh, yeah. Oh, let's go around this way. Is charged up as well, but I don't know that. Oh. I don't know that. I got two new nuts here to go with this. I see Paul J down there logging. He's got building him a new shooting building. I know in past videos y'all hear a lot of gun shooting. My daddy's hobby is reloading bullets and sending them downrange. He don't really hunt a lot. He really don't have nowhere to hunt, but his hobby is just shooting bullets. Let's see right here. We can get this down. Oh, it didn't fit. I just thought y'all might want to look. I had some wing nuts, and I like the wing nuts because they're wing nuts. Where did I put them? I know they're right here somewhere, and there is one of my washers. Oh, here they are, here they are. I had special bought these wing nuts to fit these. I tell you what, I need to put my washer on there. And then my wing nut. Yes, sir. And I better put that plug. I had drained this. Forgot that. I left that plug out one day. I went to Kemper Lake, backed the boat off in the water, drove it over to the dock, tied it up, went and got in my truck, drove my truck up there, fumbled around and got all my paraphernalia out. Went down there to get in the boat, and I said, boy, that thing sure is sitting low in the water. Yeah. Yeah, it was sinking. But now this boat has enough flotation under these areas on the side. I mean, it wasn't going to like go under. This is a good boat, but it was not in a healthy condition. So I had to get back here and pull the plug on it and hit the gas and turn the bilge on it. The bilge will only do so much. You pull that plug out and take off, a lot of the water will run out. So we rode around the lake a minute there. I told that fellow that was standing there on the bank fishing, I said, man, I done about sunk this thing. I thought I had another washer, but it's done went the way of the dodo bird. Keeping batteries in a boat is a job. I need to get me some seafoam and put in there. All right, let's see if the trolling motor works. Let's see. Oh, I only got it on 3. Let's put it on 5. And y'all, this is only like a 45-pound thrust. And I normally keep it set on 3. And I'll tell you why. I don't like to fight the wind. He's just dumping logs off on the ground down there. If you in a water and you got that trolling motor white on yours, I feel like you're spooking fish. I don't know that to be a fact. A lot of all fishing is guesswork and luck, and you know what I've got confidence in is such as that. So it's hard to sit here and just say, yeah, it's running fish off. I just feel like it is. It thus makes it hard for me to want to run it wide open. You know, when you kick it on and it goes, boom, and the boat jerks, and so I turn it down real low. So when I tell you it takes me a little bit longer to ease over here, and if the wind's howling, I'm either going to drop the anchor and cast out to the fish. That's one of the reasons I hate Okeechobee Lake. It's a wide open lake. There's fish there. There's good fish there. They're not like Grenada Lake crappie, but there's decent fish there for a man just wanting to go fishing. And people catch a lot of fish there. But you fight the wind. It's wide open, and you either got to get in the wind and let the wind blow you through the crappie and sit there and just troll as you go through, or anchor down, which is what I like to do, and cast out and fish them. And it's a little slower, but that's the way I enjoy fishing. But that's one of the reasons I really don't like Okeechobee. I want to go to Tom Bigby and hunt fish, so that's what this boat's going to do. I've got a couple of things in here I need to work on. And my buddy down the road, William Long, and his daddy, told me to bring the boat down there. So if you see this video, I am going to bring this boat. I have 2 problems with it eventually. Trim is working perfect. See, that's the problem with fixing this. It only messes up every now and then. But the next problem I have with this thing is when I bought this used boat, it was used when I bought it. They were putting a water pump in it. They told me, we've got to put a water pump in the foot. They said, we'll put it in if you buy the boat. I said, okay. He said, we'll have it in time you get here. When I drove up, they were bolting this lower end back together. I have had no problems with it pumping water. The pitcock pee hole, we call it. It's always water squirting out of it. But if you park this boat and leave it sitting there idling at the dock while you go up there and park your truck and such as that, it'll be running hot. And then whenever you put it in gear, it won't take off and go wide open. It'll just barely go until temperature gets right. So I don't know if there's a piece of that stuck up in there. I have took it all apart, looked at it, checked the foot, checked the little impeller, and washed it out. And I don't know if there's a piece of that stuff stuck in there somewhere, or if there's a sensor or something going down. I don't know. But anyway, we've got it ready right now where we can hook to either one of these, I think, go fishing. What's this one doing? Oh, no, we don't. I was thinking about hooking to this one this week. I'm finna put the charger back on this one. All right, I got my battery charger over here on this. And I don't know, I need to check the trolling motor on this one. Y'all, that cold will be tough on these batteries. I checked it the other day. Let's put it on pedal and yeah, it's dead too. We're going to charge all them batteries up. I was planning on taking this out. Oh, Jesus. These will charge up though. They just sit here and ain't been used. But anyway, we got too much stuff. It requires juice. I do have another marine battery at the house that I am swapping back and forth between my camper and my John boat, and I had it in the back of that buggy, jumping the buggy off with it when I got in a bind if I went somewhere off and it didn't want to run. So, let that one charge up. I'll swap them over tonight to the other one, and I don't know if it'll crank now. It don't take it long with this. Charge that up. Oh yeah. Oh, that joker's ready to go. But it needs to charge up. It wouldn't. It wouldn't crank a while ago without the battery charger. So I'm going to let that charge till tonight. I'm going to come over here and swap it. And then later on this week, we'll be able to take this boat out if we want to. I don't know that we're going to be able to. So now I need to go unload the pottery keel, take that to my wife, and then, I don't know, we'll see where we at from there and what we're going to do. So hang with us. We'll see what the day holds. Well, y'all, this is one of the parts of my job that I like the least. And you need to wear a mask and all that stuff. This dirt right here will give you cancer, they say. Oh, Lord. So anyway, make sure you wear a mask when you're sanding your pottery. Oh, but anyway, what the deal is, I hadn't been able to run the buggy for the last couple of weeks. I had pottery in my shop keel, which is over there at my dad's welding shop. I've got a keel in it. And we've got 2 up here under my carport. So we're running, back and forth, different keels. So I had to unload pottery from over there. And now I am reloading because this week it's going to be rain every day. And I can't load this pottery in this back of this buggy and carry it over there. We use this buggy, y'all, for a lot of our pottery stuff. I don't think people realize just how much I use this buggy. To a lot of people, it's just a recreational toy, a vehicle to play with. But I've got a soft mat that I put back here, y'all. And I am constantly loading this with pottery, hauling it over yonder. And I put this rack up there where I can put a tarp over it. But it's such an aggravation and a hassle to, you know what I mean. Y'all know how that kind of stuff is. You can do it. It works. It's just not fun. And I had one of these. Let me show y'all what else breaks your heart. Talking about pottery. Okay, you see this bowl? Getting a light. See these lines in it right here? Garbage. Throw this away. Now I will bust it up, rehydrate it, but it's a long time before I actually get it. And really, for the price of clay, it's and the time it takes to do that, usually you're better off just throw that in a hole and be done with it. But I'm one of them people that I like to save everything. So what I'm doing is pulling stuff off of these shelves. And just to tell y'all a little bit about a process, I know a lot of you don't understand this sheetrock. Found one that ain't got something sitting on it. So I've got pieces of, this is just sheetrock, scraps from when somebody worked on a house. I have gotten it from different people, and I have a stack over here. You see right behind here, big pieces that once they get so far gone and been wet so much, you see that oval spot in the middle? Well, that's where it just starts deteriorating, and eventually you throw it away. This helps draw moisture out of the bottom of that pottery. And you can tell, see, this pottery here is a little bit, and I don't know, darker. See if you can tell the color. And see that? This one's darker. That's because this one is dry, and I'm fixing to load it, finish sanding it, load it. And some of this over here is still drying, so I'm just showing y'all a little bit what I'm doing. So I know, when I got the buggy in there, I know those people expecting that we finna take off to the swamp. Probably what I'm gonna do, it's gonna be raining the rest of this week every day. And what that'll do is the fishing won't be as good. And I'm wanting to go fishing. I'm already got fishing on my brain. But we may go down there this week. It's primitive weapon season. Take the 45-70 and go see if we can shoot us another old deer down there. We could use a little more deer meat. Give us something to get in the woods. Last round of this week as far as deer hunting. And we'll probably take the shotgun too, in case we, run up on some. We can still duck hunt. And I had in mind we was going to go to February this year, but I got to looking, y'all. I guess I'm losing my mind as far as seasons go. It goes out the end of February. Is February 31st, the last day of season. Now the lower parts of Mississippi down there and close to the coast, There's a southeast zone that can hunt a little bit over into February, but it's because their rut and all comes in so late in the year. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm over deer season this year because mine has been such a struggle. I've just lost interest in it this year. Next year, I've had a lot of people ask me about the muzzle loader. I'm gonna order a barrel for that muzzle loader from, I think, Deer Creek. Uncle Sasquatch had shared with me some places to get parts. He knows a lot about it, knows some of the best places to get stuff. And we're going to put a new barrel on there sometime through this spring, summer, and we'll do some shooting it and get it tuned up and everything ready to go on it. Now, we've got all of February to squirrel hunt. We are going to take the flintlock and go do another squirrel hunt with it because I want to. And I'll be able to get in there and wear my buckskin shirt, not need no orange, and all such as that because the deer hunters will be through. And that's kind of what I've been waiting on. But now, the problem we have here is we're going to get, it said anywhere from 4 to 6 inches, maybe even 8 inches in areas this week in rain. We'll see. If it rains that much, y'all, there'll be a lot of flooding, which with the canoe and boats, I can still go find places to hunt. Probably won't shut us down, but it may make things difficult and different, so we will see. If it gets like bad flooded, we may hook to the John boat and go down there and just ride back up in there somewhere and hunt. And so anyway, I'm loading this up. This right here is my money-making baby. So I know I have a lot of people right now, y'all. I am overwhelmed right now with people begging me to take some money on a knife. They want a knife. I'll go ahead and pay for it. Y'all, I will never, ever take money for anything until I am ready to ship it. I hadn't had time to make knives. I was going to work on them last week, but y'all, I'll just be honest with you. It was so cold, and I had other stuff that needed doing and getting firewood and stuff that I just didn't want to stand out there grinding on a knife. I don't mind being out in the cold, but just standing dead still, sitting there grinding on something wasn't what I wanted to do. I ain't going to lie to you about it. But now over the next little while, hopefully, I don't have a lot of pottery. I've got a couple of orders that I need to get done because that is our main revenue source. I have to put that first. When that's done, we'll get them out. But if I was willing right now, y'all, to take orders on knives, I'd have so many that I could not make them all this year. And I appreciate that. That swells me up with pride to know that people want my work. However, I can't overload myself, and here's why, y'all. If I get swamped with knife making stuff, my videos will suffer greatly. To the point that I won't get to go fishing. I'll be out there like, I got to get these knives made and all that. And I want you to have a knife. There's no like favoritism and I just don't want to make you a knife. I want every person that wants a knife to have one. And I wish I could make them and give them all to you. The fact of the matter is it takes me over a day to make one knife. Time I cut the blade out, grind the blade, put the handles on, and then make a sheath. And $150 a day. How many of y'all that work that's not already retired and just doing something for a hobby? I realize there's a lot of people that retire and they just do some odd and end something just for extra money. But you're my age and you're making a living and you make less than $150 a day. So, and nobody has rushed me. I just want you to understand why I'm juggling things the way I am. We will get you a knife. If you want a knife and you'll be patient with me, I'll get you a knife. I want you to have one. They're good knives. I don't have mine. I had somebody ask about overalls. Since I got overalls and a knife, because, if you're not wearing a belt, I just simply take mine, y'all, and stick it right down in this pocket right here when I'm wearing it. We've been to town, and I'm out here working on pottery. I hadn't been to the woods and needed my knife. And like I said, I always got a knife in each pocket, so I'm not without a knife. I just don't have 3 knives. I only have 2. So anyway, I'm just kind of rambling on and explaining ways some things are going because possibly this week, rained out, not going to get to do a lot. Once I get some pottery to a stage that I'm caught up with it, I'll probably go to working on some knives this week. In fact, I've got one blade out there cut out that I started grinding on, and I just didn't have time to finish it. So I'm going to get all of that done, and I'm going to get all of this done, and then I'm going to get started working on some knives. But y'all, it's going to be a while before I make very, very many knives, and I have already like promised a couple people, hey, I'll get you a knife, and they want to send me money, and I will not accept money. And I'll tell you why. I'm good for my word. If you give me money, I'll get you a knife. The problem is when you take people's money, they get antsy, and it's human nature. I had a man sent me some money for a t-shirt. When I was shipping the t-shirts and I was handling them, and he got the message, and man, have you got the money? Have you got the money? Three or four different times. And I'm like, I hadn't got it yet. And then when I finally did get it, I got the money. Well, I packaged his shirt up. I sent it to him, and I didn't have the tracking number right there to send to him immediately. And I was busy. I had a lot going on. I was working. This was while I was building on the back porch, and I had all of that stuff. I was still finishing up gardening stuff and getting my fall gardening. And he got aggravated at me and absolutely sent the shirt back to me. And I won't mention his name, but it really kind of hurt my feelings because I had done nothing wrong. And I think he got aggravated because I had several people inquiring about their stuff. That on a video, I was like, if you've sent me stuff, you know, I hadn't, my wife's got the tracking numbers. I hadn't got them back to you yet. I mean, the stuff's on its way. I've already sent it. I just hadn't got you the tracking number yet. And he got mad at me, and I guess has never watched another video, and you know, it's unfortunate because I did nothing wrong. He just, once he sent me money, he was like impatient with it. And that's why I will not take money for nothing. I do not, I mean, you take two good friends, and when money starts swapping hands between them, a great chance of them having a falling out. And that's why, y'all, I don't do anything I do for the money. I don't do YouTube videos for the money. I do the pottery for money. That's why I do it. But I do it also because I don't have to metal roof anymore. I enjoy this. The knives, I really more or less am making the knives to get people knives, but I cannot make them for a little or nothing. $150 is expensive for a knife, but I have to do that, y'all, to weed out people that really want one versus people that don't. Because if I didn't, I would have so many orders and people want them that it would be overwhelming till I just would be like, you know what, I don't even want to do this. Or either you would feel like I need to make a lesser quality knife to hurry up and get a bunch of them made. And I don't want to do that either. The main thing about a knife is the time that it takes me to grind it. This is a saw blade that I do not heat, quench, and temper. I just simply grind it. I have to grind it very slow to not overheat that blade. You see these guys that got these real aggressive belts and they stick it up there and just, yeah. Well, that is annealed steel. That is not hardened steel, and they blew it. Then they've got to do a bunch of tempering and stuff. And I like doing this because this blade I'm using is already at a 62 Rockwell. It is almost perfect for a knife blade. And if I grind it slow, it just holds an edge better. And that's why I make them that way. So I don't want to, I have to be careful grinding it that I get the grinds right. I don't want to get them to where, hey, they junk knives, you know. They got to be well worth what you spend on them. So a little bit on the knife side of things. I know, and the reason I bring this up is I've had a lot of people asking about knives lately. And a lot of you seen Matthew Presley give me a great shout out. He bought a knife from me. He paid full price for a knife. It wasn't like a give me deal. He didn't ask for nothing for free. And I sent him a knife, and he's very pleased with it and was sharpening it in a video the other day. And you could see the knife that I made him, and he was pleased with it and bragging on it and bragging on me. And now I got all of his fans over here wanting a knife too. And I'll get you a knife. I appreciate y'all all coming over. Y'all, I think a lot of them at Celebrating Appalachia and the Presley girls have supported this channel. They've watched. They own some of the lives. And y'all, that's a big thing when you got big channels like that and Mike Reed and different ones that support you. Y'all, I greatly appreciate it. My hat is off to you guys for supporting me. I'm just trying to do what I do, but I'm one man and I can only do so much. So anyway, I'm going to quit talking. I could stand here and do pottery and talk the rest of the day. Thank y'all for watching Spirit of the Outdoors. Remember, the best way to do things is the way you like to do it. We'll see y'all. Y'all have a good one.